Alright guys, so we got a good little tutorial video for you today, and essentially I'm just going to walk through exactly how I create my best-selling Etsy listings in the print-on-demand business model, starting right from actually getting the idea from Etsy, actually then creating the design myself in Canva, uploading the design to Printify, uploading the product then from Printify to Etsy, and I'm also going to show you exactly how I actually amend my listings and actually market my listings on Etsy to actually give myself the best chance to actually make sales on the platform once the listing is actually on my shop. So as you can see, I've got my screen open here, and the first place I'm going to start is actually trying to find the idea for the product that I want to start creating. And so the product I'm going to walk through how to create today is literally just going to be a very simple print-on-demand mug. So I always start this way. I'm just going to go straight into Etsy and I'm going to type in something like funny mug. So yeah, as you can see here, this is just going to show me loads of products on Etsy, and more often than not, they're going to show you a lot of the best selling products right at the start of your search pages. So for me, I know if whatever I search on Etsy, if something comes up at the start and it's on the very first page and I like the look of it and I think it's a design that I can actually then replicate myself. So I'm not the most creative, so I always tend to choose the designs that I think I look at and I can say, oh yeah, you know what, that's pretty much just a picture and a few words. That's something I can make pretty easy. So that's essentially what I'll do just to gather some really basic ideas. You can see here, there's kind of like a really basic horse design mug, okay? So like horses, because people are dicks. So the item's got 21 reviews. So I mean, for just one item on Etsy, that's a pretty good review score. And it already leads me to believe that this is a pretty popular item that quite a lot of people are actually buying. So yeah, 21 reviews. The shop's a star seller. It's from quite a popular shop. So yeah, the item's shown up on the very first page of Etsy. So I mean, it kind of all the signs are there that tells me that this is a pretty popular item. So with that in mind, this is the exact item that I'm gonna try and basically take inspiration from the design and kind of create my own version. So what I would then do is I'd head straight over to a program called Canva. So this is where I create all of my designs, which I'm gonna actually be putting onto the mugs. I'd create a blank design in a custom size, and I would do this 1000 by 1000 pixels. So this is just gonna give you a nice basic square, which is going to be super simple to put your designs on. And then I'm just going to take one more look at the design just so I can see kind of exactly what it is, jog my memory. And then I'm going to go back to my blank Canva document. I'm just going to go over to elements, and then because that one was a horse, I don't want to copy it, so I want to do something kind of like my own sort of style. So I'm just going to search something like, say, lion, and I'm going to go to graphics, and I quite liked how it was black and white, so I think I'm going to go for basically a real simple graphic, something like this. So I'm just going to go for a really simple lion's paw print because I think that looks quite cool. So what we're doing here is building out kind of a similar design in a similar sort of style that we know works for our animal, which I know is fairly popular. Like lions are pretty popular. Anybody that's a Leo, so like including myself, is like normally a big fan of lions. So yeah, I kind of know that that sort of animal does tend to do well on Etsy. And then all I'm gonna do is just like the bestseller, gonna add in a text box here, and I'm gonna type in lions, copy that, because people are dicks. And then I'm gonna choose a font which I like the style of. So just go into my fonts here. I'm gonna choose one called Farmhouse Regular. So again, just from experience, I find this is one that does pretty well on Etsy. It's quite a nice all-round font, to be fair. It goes with most designs. So yeah, I'm just gonna play around with this a little bit just to try and make it look good, and then I'll come back to you. So yeah, once I'm pretty happy with the design, just gonna do a real quick comparison again to the actual original design that I know works well on Etsy. So I think it looks pretty good. And now all I'm gonna do, just go up to hit this share button on the top right. Then you wanna hit download. And then it's just something I like to do. I don't think you really necessarily need to. I just like to improve the size. So increase the size to 1500 by 1500 just for the download. Basically just so it has that extra little bit of crispness and quality when I actually download the image. So something that's really important here, make sure that you click on a transparent background, okay? So no matter what sort of product you want to put it on, or yeah, No matter what colors you have in your design, always use a transparent background, because you got to think, this design is being printed directly onto a product, okay? So you don't want the background to be a big square with a completely different color to what the product actually is that you're gonna put it on. So then yeah, hit transparent background, and then you just wanna hit download. So that's essentially just gonna download the PNG. Yeah, you can see here, looks absolutely great. No background color. That's perfect. So now you just want to head over to whatever print on demand website it is that you use. So I use Printify, and it's very straightforward to get this set up directly with your Etsy shop. There's probably a million videos out there on the YouTube showing you exactly how to set up a Printify account. I'm not going to do this now. I'm going to base the assumption that you already have a print on demand supplier account set up. So just going to go over to the catalog of Printify. Then I'm going to choose the product which I want the design to actually be printed on. So in this instance, because we're creating mugs, I'm just gonna hit mugs. And then I'm gonna select the market which I wanna sell to. So for me, I only sell products in the UK domestic, just because I find it a lot easier to manage with everything like tax stuff, shipping stuff. So yeah, I am English, so yeah, that's just why I like to keep things domestic myself. So then yeah, essentially, once you've selected your target market, you'll see all of these different white goods here, which essentially is just the products that you're gonna be printing your design on. So you can just click into any of these, and now there's a few things to look out for, and I'm glad that this one is illustrating it perfectly. So in terms of the supplier, you'll see all of these different suppliers on Printify have different star rankings, all right? My best advice, any supplier that's got a star ranking of below 8.5, I would not go near them with a 10-foot stick. Like, especially when starting off on a business, your product and your delivery times and, you know, the professionalism of your business means everything. So you need to be working with a top quality supplier that's actually going to be creating good products and shipping them to your customers correctly and on time. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back out until I find a nice blank mug design from a supplier, exactly like this one, Harrier, 9.6 rating, absolutely perfect. So you can see here, the mugs are gonna cost me £3.26 to produce with £3 of shipping. So, and they've got an average production time of 1.1 days, which all just sounds great to me. So then you just want to hit start designing, and you'll see here you've got kind of a blank canvas. So this is where you're actually going to upload your design that you just saved from Canva directly onto this blank canvas. So you can literally just open up your documents, and it's literally just a case of dragging and dropping your design that you just made straight on to this blank canvas document. And then you just want to resize it a little bit. A bit of a good tip here, which I always like to do, is you see these little dots that are kind of around the outside of the square that's around your design. One thing I like to do is always match up the middle dots with the middle line of the first third of the mug. So you'll see exactly what I mean here. So when you bring up the 3D preview, you can see now that the design sits perfectly kind of in line with the handle of the mug. So yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but imagine if you're like holding the handle of the mug and you're looking directly at it. As long as you line these dots up with the dots of the third, then this means that you're going to be looking straight at the actual design that's printed on the mug. So it's a little thing, but in my opinion, it makes a massive difference for the professionalism and kind of how your end product is actually going to look. So then what I like to do is hit this duplicate button up here. So this is just going to duplicate the design, pull it up so you get the little red lines, so like the little red guidelines, and then drag this across straight over to the other side of the mug. So you know now with the red guidelines, it's going to be the exact same height, and as long as you line these dots up again to the other third, then it's going to be the exact same. See, when you spin this 3D preview around, you can see it looks the exact same on both sides. So then yeah, pretty simple. When you're happy, all you want to do then is just hit this preview button on the top, and what this is going to do is it's just going to show you some very general and basic mock-ups of the product that you've just made. So yeah, essentially this is what it's going to look like when it's printed on the mug. I mean, yeah, if you ask me, I think it looks pretty cool. So then once you're happy with how the design's looking, and I mean, I would say I'm pretty happy with that one. You want to go down, and I think it might just be cut off the screen share a little bit, so apologies for that. But there's a button at the bottom which says Save Product, so then you just want to hit that one. And then what this is going to do is it's going to show you all of the mock-ups that are going to be shown with your design on the mug. And you basically just want to select some. And now I'm going to show you how to get exceptional mock-ups to use on Etsy to actually stand the best chance of your product actually selling on the platform. So from experience, and I've done a lot of testing on this, normally the standard mock-ups that they give you from print-on-demand websites, they don't sell that great. They don't make for the best thumbnails on Etsy, and they don't tend to draw eyes like the mock-ups that I'm gonna show you how to create actually will. So for now, I recommend just unticking all of these mock-ups, and basically you gotta select one, so just choose that one basically, just so I can see what the design is. And then in Printify, again, I don't know how familiar you are with Printify, but I'm just gonna quickly run through this for anybody watching that doesn't know. It's basically gonna ask you some really simple information about the product, and essentially everything that you put in here is going to be transferred directly onto Etsy when you publish the product on Etsy, all right? So stuff like your title and your description and all of that sort of stuff. And again, so I'm going to show you at the end of this video exactly how to market your products correctly on Etsy for sales. So I'm going to show you all of this stuff. So a proper title, proper description, all of that. So for now, I'm just going to leave it. So you should have a shipping profile created on your Etsy store already that you can just select from this drop-down menu. And setting up a shipping profile on Etsy is pretty straightforward, so I'm not going to show you how to do this in this video, but yeah, again, there's probably a million tutorials on setting up your Etsy store correctly, which is going to include shipping profiles and all that good stuff on YouTube. I think I've actually done one myself, so yeah, the information's out there if you need that bit. Then in terms of pricing, again, Printify are going to recommend to you a default retail price. For me, I just like to change that, so I'm going to sell this for £9.50. I know here it says dollars, but because my Etsy store's in English, it's actually going to take this figure and put it into English pounds for me, which is easy. It saves me a job. So then, yeah, if you scroll down, basically all of these, I just leave them as they are, to be honest. It's basically just saying like what product details are going to sync through to Etsy and what aren't, and how visible the product's going to be in your store. Yeah, I always just leave them ticked, to be honest. I don't mess around with them. And then yeah, when you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see this publish button. Again, sorry, it's a little bit cut off in the screen share. Essentially, just want to hit that, and then this is going to send that product directly over to your Etsy store. All right, so then you just want to head back over to your Etsy store. And as you can see here, I've got the product, which has showed up straight into my listing section. So I'm just gonna head straight onto this product now, and I'm gonna show you the good stuff that is actually gonna sell this product. Because you know, it's all well and good creating an awesome design, getting it from Printify over to Etsy, but then you've actually got to sell the product on Etsy as well, right? So yeah. Let's go through how to do this now. And so with the title of this product, I'm not gonna go massively into SEO details here because this video is just gonna go on for like an hour otherwise. So I'm gonna probably just point you towards some of the other SEO videos I've done on my channel, which is gonna talk about all of this. But to be very lazy, and I mean, this absolutely works when we're starting out especially, all I'd do is literally just go back onto the best-selling listing, which I know works, and I'm just gonna literally copy the title from that listing. I'm gonna paste it straight into my own Etsy listing, and I'm literally just going to change the words. So instead of funny horse mug, it's going to be funny lion mug. Funny mug, they got here equestrian gift. I'm going to go lion gift. Gift for horse mum, I'm going to change that from gift to lion lover. Then you got horse lover here. Again, very simple. Lion lover. And that's going to be my very basic title now. Without doing any SEO research, I'm probably already 80% of the way there. It's going to be absolutely fine. And now this is the crucial step. All right, photos and videos will sell your product. It's the most important thing that you need to get right. Don't use the rubbish mock-up images. You may well make sales with them, but you're much better off going onto Etsy itself, right? So I'm going to show you here. Go on Etsy, type in something like mug mock-up images, or again, if you're selling t-shirts, type in t-shirt mock-up images, and this is going to show you just loads of bundles of mock-ups that you can literally just buy. They're ready for you to put your design straight onto, right? They're so simple, they're all just drag and drop, so basic to use, and they make a massive difference to the conversion rates of your listings. Probably my number one tip, just get the mock-up images right. And yeah, just once you've purchased some really high quality mock-ups, again, you can see the prices, they're so low. It's such a worthy investment in my opinion. You're just gonna head over to whatever program it is that your mock-ups that you've purchased are gonna work on. So from experience, this is either Photoshop, which you do have to pay for, or there's also a website called Photopea, which you can actually use completely for free. And it's basically just like a free version of Photoshop. It's absolutely mint. Totally recommend it. So I'm gonna head over to mine now. So this is Photopea, pretty much Photoshop, right? And as you can see here, I've got one of my old designs, which I've done previously. So essentially, this is just gonna give you layers. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. So you'll see here, the actual mock-up image. So this is the mock-up image that I bought here. Literally just like a JPEG, just inserted it to Photopea. And then the great thing about this is you've got layers. So you can literally just go into your design, drag and drop it straight onto the mock-up image, resize it, put it onto the mug, exactly how it would look in real life. And again, I'm just gonna do this for both of these mugs. So yeah, the reason I chose this mock-up personally is because I like to sell 2 different sizes of mugs. So an 11 ounce and a 15 ounce. And if you're selling anything with variations, make sure the customer knows exactly what these variations look like, all right? It's so important. I'm probably going off tangent a little bit here, but don't leave the customer with any unanswered questions about the product that they're trying to buy, all right? If they don't know something and it's not displayed, not every customer wants to ask you or send you a message. Chances are they're probably just gonna click off it and they're just gonna buy another product which they know all the facts about. You can see here, it's so simple. Drag and drop. I think this looks pretty good. Then it's just a case of literally file, export as, and I like to just export this as a PNG. And then, yeah, once you've got this saved, it's gonna be very simple just to upload it directly to Etsy. But I recommend don't just use one mock-up, use 2. So again, I'm gonna go here. This is another mock-up which I bought. It's kind of a very basic, simple mug, and it really lets the design that's on the mug like really stand out. From experience, this has actually worked really well for me. So I've done a video showcasing a mug store which I created. In the first 60 days, I actually ended up making over $1,000 with the mug store, which I thought was pretty good. I was pretty proud to achieve that. And yeah, I mainly focused on using these sorts of mock-up images, and they did pretty well. So this is a smart object, so it's a little bit different. So essentially you just click on the layer that's got the design on. Again, this is the same. It's just a case of dragging and dropping onto the design, resizing it. Oh, and if any of you like llamas, you'll absolutely love that previous mug which I made. But nevertheless, add the new layer on, delete the old layer, Control S or Command S, just to save it. And then once this is saved, because it's a smart object, it's gonna automatically update the mock-up image and it's gonna have your design on it exactly where it should be. So you don't need to do anything else now. So again, once I've got these 2 mock-up images, just gonna export it again, same as the first one, into a PNG. PNGs or JPEGs, both work great. So yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna save that, head back over to my Etsy listing, and then yeah, you literally just upload the mock-ups directly to your Etsy listing. And now when you're selling something as simple as mugs, I actually think that sometimes less is more. And because it's so basic, like everybody knows what they're getting with this. It's a very simple, basic white mug with a printed design on it. There's no need to be putting like, 6 or 10 images. 2's fine. Ideally, you'd have a video as well of kind of like the mug rotating. You can buy mock-ups for that as well. It's not something which I've done. So the way that I've run my store, I've only ever had 2 or 3 mock-ups for every single mug product I've sold. And that's been perfectly fine. So yeah, don't waste your time creating loads of different mock-ups, putting up loads of different images. Not necessary. At the start, we just want to focus on speed. We want to focus on making these listings as fast as we can, getting as many out, making the job simple for us. Because I mean, we don't want to be sat on a laptop all day, right? Let's just simplify it for ourselves. And then again, scroll down the description. Because I'm being a bit lazy here, again, I'm just going to go back to the product that we found. So the best-selling one. And literally for now, ideally in your own time, you'd watch one of the SEO videos, either mine or whoever else is on YouTube that you think is good. Take their SEO videos, and then over time, once you've got a bit more time to spend on your Etsy shop, then you'd start looking into improving the SEO bit by bit. But for now, you're absolutely fine just to take what's already working and basically just check through everything, make sure that it matches up with your actual product, of course, because you don't want to take a description and then not spend any time editing it to actually make sense with your own product, because then that just looks really unprofessional. So yeah, don't copy. I'm not employing anybody to directly copy here. I'm saying take what we know works and modify it to meet our own product. All right, just to clarify that. Then once you've done that, again, you just scroll down. This is like any other Etsy listing now. You got your pricing, your SKU number. This is really important. So for anybody that hasn't sold print on demand for, your SKU number basically is what links the product directly to Printify or whatever supplier you're using. When somebody orders this product on Etsy, it's just gonna go straight through the Printify, and this identification number is what's actually gonna basically end up creating the product on Printify, printing that design on the product, and sending it straight to the customer. So this SKU, very important. And then yeah, as usual, this is all kind of your very basic Etsy listing stuff, so it's just make sure it's in the mugs category. I don't really bother filling out stuff like materials and colors. Capacity, to be honest, I don't even fill that out. Dishwasher safe, yes, I do say it's dishwasher safe. Tags, now again, I'm not going to go through the tags in this video because this is all SEO related. Again, if you wanted to do it the easy way or the kind of the cheat way, go back onto the best-selling listing, scroll down, explore related searches, and explore more related searches. These are all great to use as tags. So, you know, gift for boyfriend, gift, personalized gift, anniversary gift, equestrian gift. You can just take these ideas, change them for your own listing. So instead of equestrian gift, lion gift. It's pretty simple. So yeah, then once you've literally done all that, it's already gonna have the delivery option in there already, which you should have set up for your Etsy store. So that should all just be done. Scroll down. Whether you want to feature it in Etsy ads or not, you can say yes or no. Again, I've done videos on my channel talking about Etsy ads. Feel free to watch them if you like. And then renewal options. Quick one, guys, just always put this to automatic. There's no benefit in putting it to manual at all, in my opinion. Automatic's great. It costs 20 cents. It's not a lot of money. You don't want someone to buy this and then you got to renew it yourself manually. As I keep saying, we want this business to be as straightforward and as passive as possible. We want everything running behind the scenes. Just put it automatic. And then yeah, once you're happy, just want to hit publish. And then that's going to publish the item straight to Etsy. And then of course you just want to hit view on Etsy. And then yeah, there you go. This is the finished listing, the finished product. I think it looks pretty neat. I think it looks pretty cool. And yeah, that wasn't too hard at all, was it? Pretty straightforward. As I said, guys, I've created a whole video talking about exactly how I did everything and actually had some pretty good financial results on a brand new Etsy store I made, doing exactly this with such basic designs. It's got all the realistic results in there. Feel free to watch it. It's over the first 60 days. And I said, if you want any help at all improving your Etsy shop, or if you even want to work directly with me, start an Etsy shop right from scratch. If you watched any of my other videos, you know it's something I absolutely love to do. I love working with you guys. Feel free to book in a free introductory call just to see if we're a good fit to work with each other, or even if not, just to have a nice friendly chat. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I really hope this provided some good value to you, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.